I am going to be totally honest here. I have always been very hesitant to use the term prompt engineering. Why? I've talked to a lot of people about ChatGPT and generative AI, and they say, Donna, I don't want to learn another tech platform. And I try to explain to them how easy it is, but then they keep hearing prompt engineering and engineering. I think right there, just no, I'm not an engineer. I don't know how to do this. This is what I want to talk to you about today because prompt engineering is talking. You are talking to these large language models, LLMs that people call it. ChatGPT is an LLM. You just need to talk to it. So when you open it up and you see down there at the bottom where the prompt is, you start to just talk. Where should I go on vacation? What is a good recipe to make a fattoush salad? What is a great Indian dish to serve to my guests Friday night? Just start to talk to it, and there you are. You are doing prompt engineering. But what was happening is, and this is what I want to show you during this episode, is that I was always going in there. I was creating these big, long paragraphs, hoping that I got all the details so that I could get back out the responses that would be useful for me and my team. The other issue we were running into is how Donna Peterson describes something in the prompt is totally different than what Tracy puts in or Jackie puts in. Do you see what I mean? Like everyone on my team puts prompts in differently. They added different background information to get the answers that they want. But if we're going to sit down as a team and evaluate everything, it has to be universal.
Before we jump in, your host is Donna Peterson, and you are listening to the B2B Marketing Excellence and AI podcast. We come to you every week with actionable tips and suggestions that can help you be more efficient, create better marketing plans, and be a salesperson that really closes those leads.
Prompt engineering for a while for me was just writing these big long paragraphs, putting in as much detail as possible, asking ChatGPT, please ask me any questions that you have. I even would write from now on, and when I ask you a question, can you come back with 5 more questions to help us get the best detailed response we could? But that's a lot of back and forth. That's a lot of words. That takes a lot of time. And it wasn't until recently I was taking a course by Vanderbilt University, and it was all on prompt engineering. And that started to be that aha moment. And the best I can equate it to is years ago when my mom started this business, if she was talking to anyone, you would see her. She would have her pen out. I wish I had a pad of paper here. She would have her piece of paper out here and she'd be writing. And you'd see these like weird squiggle marks all over her paper. But I knew the conversation went for an hour, but there was only one page. And when she'd hang up, I'm like, what does all this mean? She goes, this is shorthand. She had learned shorthand when she was younger so that when she was taking notes from her boss, she could get all the details down on the piece of paper in a short period of time. A lot of us don't know shorthand. I don't know shorthand, but we can equate it to the shortcuts we use when we're using our computer, whether it's Control C or different things we do when we want to print, we want to copy. We have shortcuts that we use on our computer. And that is the same now with these prompts that you can use. And this is what I learned from Vanderbilt, is these prompts that we can use so that we can cut down on all the words we put in, and we can make sure that every time we do it, we are following the same format. Let's jump in here. One of the things that I learned from Vanderbilt is how we can set up these prompts so that it's deciphering a large paragraph that we have. I went in and I created a prompt, and one of my favorite prompts was a scheduling campaign. I'm going to be speaking at FabTech on September 10th. Today, it's July 15th. I want to know from July 15th till September 10th what marketing I should get done, how I should space it out. I do this a lot with clients, whether they have industrial auctions or whether they have events. You've got to space out the marketing initiatives that you do so that they work together in a cohesive fashion but complement each other. We don't want to be wasting time by posting something on social media here, writing a blog here. Oh, you're on that podcast here. But it's all individual pieces standing on its own. Now you can start to create these prompts to help you with those repetitive tasks so that it gets done in a timely manner and in a way that it builds off of each other. The first one was, like I mentioned, was scheduling campaigns. And I used it speaking at FabTech. And it went back and it now gave me a list of, okay, you should get a LinkedIn post out here, get your email out here, write a blog here, do it here. And it's a nice schedule going from July 15th all the way up until September 10th to remind them to come by my session. The other repetitive tasks that we do in-house are list and media recommendations to clients. They come to us with specific offers, and it's for us to say, okay, you know what, this is the type of marketing you should do, and these are the type of channels you should use, and these are the messagings you could use, but I need to give it to them in a uniform way. The source, the quantity, the selections, and what can we do? Are we going to do an email blast? Are we going to do a banner? I've now set it up where I can have a set prompt that I can share with my entire team so that if they go to do a list or a media recommendation, they follow the same prompt. They get back the same information. And why this is helpful is because if everything is uniform, giving you all the details, that's where you can start to pick and choose what are the best sources to use. And because we compare it to the historical data we have in-house, chat can rank the sources. Number 1, this is your best source to use. Number 2, number 10, no, let's stay away from it. But we can set up these prompts, and I'm going to put in the show notes a how-to prompt engineering video. You'll see right in detail how I set up these prompts, what they look like, and the action it takes. But setting up the prompts has been very important because it's saving us time, but it's also aligning everyone on my team. We're all creating the same material in the same way with the same information. If you went back to, that initial prompt we were talking about where you write the paragraph, like I said, how I would write the paragraph, the details I would put in there would be totally different than what Greg might put in there. His mindset is more on the finance side, where I'm looking at the overview of the entire company. The prompts help us all stay uniform so that we can get back the information we need. Using it across the board is extremely helpful because now everyone is speaking the same language. The output looks the same. It's polished, which means once we have it, we don't have to sit there fixing everything up so it looks like something we could present to the client. It is now set for us. It's all ready to go. My favorite one, like I said, is the scheduling back. I have found that to be It's been wonderful. When I do it for clients, it's very easy for me to set out. But for me now, with my speaking engagements, and because I'm caught up with my everyday work, I don't always spend as much time strategizing on letting people know I'm speaking, encouraging them to attend, but then also scheduling meetings. This makes it a smarter initiative on World Innovators' part, because we're utilizing this speaking as really showing us as a thought leader in the space, but taking it to the next level, hoping to get new clients. I think that's why we're all out there doing this. Now, some people might say to me, Donna, there's prompts and there's templates. What's the difference? If I break it down simple, a prompt is something that we go in and we ask ChatGPT to give us certain details. A template is where I am giving ChatGPT or any other large language model the format I want it to be in. For instance, when we all got into business, we learned how to write a business letter. You had that format there. The address, the dear, the body, the closure, same thing. When you set up a template within ChatGPT, you're giving it that format so that it comes right back to you. Example, when we give the list recommendations, as I mentioned, or the media recommendations, we always want it to be in the same format on an Excel spreadsheet, but it always has to be the source, the description, the quantity, the cost, the URL, additional notes, and the ranking based on historical data we have in-house. That's universal. Whether it's me making the recommendation or it's Tracy making the recommendation, it will look the same. And then clients also, when they get it, they won't be confused because it will be universal. So there are the differences between prompts and templates. Prompting is the smart shortcuts. It's not a tech skill. Please, I'm using prompt engineering here. Still hesitant about that because I don't want to scare people away. What I want to tell you is prompting is all about talking to it. And what happens is you develop more intricate prompts when there's certain tasks that you do over and over. This helps you get those tasks done exactly the same way each time, giving it back to you in a format you can use. Whether it is writing intros, summarizing blogs, prepping for an email, or prepping for a podcast, it gives it to you in a uniform way. Do not be scared. I want you to get onto chat. I want you to work with the prompts. Start by just talking to it. Start by asking a question, but don't stop there. These large language models, it's not meant to be like a browser or like a Google, like you ask a question, you get a reply. It is a conversation. This is where you go back and forth. And that's why I would definitely recommend that you say, from now on, when I ask a question, please ask me 5 more to make sure you have all the details you need to give me the best response. The other thing also, chat was trained never to say, I don't know. So tell it, give me the best possible responses. But if you don't know the answer, just don't answer. You don't want it giving you wrong information or hallucinations that are not correct. That being said, no matter what it gives you, it is your job to check it over, make sure it's accurate, and then if it's generated content, it has to sound like you and your brand. So much AI content out there now. The only way your messaging is going to stand out is if it is unique to you. Go out, Start to figure out the prompting. Look at the video in the show notes about prompt engineering. This is where I'm going to go into detail about that scheduling, and you'll see the outcome I got back, how it set it out for me. I'll also show you how, with the recommendations or the media recommendations, the template and the prompts that I use to get a uniform Excel spreadsheet back that we can use so our clients can start to make decisions on what sources to use to get those registrants to their auction or get people to sign up for an executive education program. It is about working smarter. We need to leverage these AI tools. They're not going away. Don't say, I don't want to learn. You got to learn. You're not going to survive if you don't learn. But just stick with me. I'm going to explain them in very simple terms, but also by giving you advanced features that you can start to implement slowly. Don't be scared of prompt engineering. Let's go and let's embrace it. If you need any help with ChatGPT, your prompts, prompt engineering, where you can set up specific prompts that will help save you from doing repetitive tasks over and over. What I did is someone asked me, how much does it really save you? Now I'm taking the prompt, I'm inserting some words, less than 6 words, and it's saving me from writing probably 2-3 sentences over and over. Try it out. See how it saves you time. Drop me a comment. I would like to hear how you utilize it, what it saved you doing, and do you find it useful? Or do you say, Donna, forget it. This is no good to me. Let me know. Leave a good review, and please share this with all your friends so we can continue to inspire success with everyone around us. Have a great day. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the World Innovators B2B Marketing Excellence and AI podcast. If you'd like to be updated when new episodes come out, don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out our social media accounts to stay up to date on B2B marketing trends.